Second place? Okay, it's not too bad.
If you've been playing Mario Kart World, then this has probably happened to you.
Nope, you going with me. You going with me. No, stop throwing items. Oh my god, everyone passed me. What is happening on the screen? What just happened?
Yup, it sucks. The addition of 12 extra racers to nobody's surprise greatly increases the chaos of every single race. And if you're as unlucky as me, you're probably getting hit by items over and over and over. But I'm here to help. In this video, I'm going to teach you strategies to stop you from getting stuck in the pack and getting those sweet, sweet points online. Also, for the purposes of this video, winning is whatever will get you points online, which is essentially what, like 12th place or higher? So starting off, you have two choices. One being a fairly simple strategy to implement, with the other being much more difficult. Bagging, and I don't really have the best name for the other one, so we'll just call it risk mitigation. Since bagging is much easier to implement and explain, we'll start with it first. Bagging is a strategy that exploits the item system, and it's been a strategy ever since the beginning of the series. Essentially, you intentionally sandbag at the start of the race to ensure that you get a set of really good items. Then, you want to race normally and use these items at an opportune time. Now you might think this is a little crazy, but with the volume of items being thrown constantly in this game and how liberally the RNG gives racers triple red shells, blue shells, and boomerangs, front running feels worse than ever in this game. Now there's room for a lot of bias in terms of what items are good to get, but I think everyone can agree that a bullet bill, a star, a shock, a golden mushroom, and a mega mushroom are among the very best items you could get to turn the tides in a race. The most ideal scenario would be to save one of these items for a potential shock and to be invulnerable during that shock. If you're able to do this, you will essentially win the race right then and there, or at least finish in good standing. Now tracking shocks is very difficult and will require more testing and playing the game, but so long as you hold the items for a decent amount of time and you stay around the back, you'll be fine. Shocks only work on everyone in front of the user, so once you see one, or if you're even feeling just a little anxious for holding the items too long, just go ahead and use them. Furthermore, do not try to bag good items in high placings. The longer you hold these held items while in front of people, the more likely you are to get an item stolen by the boo item or just lose it altogether to a shock. Don't get too greedy. If you find yourself too far up in the standings with a good set of items, use them. Also, and I know this sounds harsh, but if you're not taking a shortcut, you need to be screwing over as many people as possible in your way. Drive over people, knock yourself into them, just do whatever you can to disrupt their race. The longer you keep them behind you in the pack, the more likely they are to be targeted by items and not you. And yeah, that's basically bagging in a nutshell. If there are any Mario Kart pros who know more about it, feel free to enlighten me and others in the comments. I will say though, there is one big problem with bagging. It's just really lame. So what can you do if you don't want to play like your parents don't love you? This next strategy is going to be significantly more complicated and much more difficult to implement. Remember that your placing in Mario Kart, and especially Mario Kart World, is highly influenced by your luck and the luck of others around you. However, there's lots of choices that you can make to give yourself the best chances of having a decent race where you won't get pelted by items constantly for 3 laps. Let's start off with a simple scenario. If you have a red shell and there is someone in front of you, what are you going to do? This is not a trick question, I promise. You're gonna throw the damn item. This method of thinking probably applies to any sort of item that can be used offensively on someone in front of you. You're trying to win the race, so you're going to hit people in front of you with your item. Now let's look at the bigger picture for a moment. Everyone is trying to do that at the exact same time, and it's happening constantly. When people get an item that they can throw at someone, they will throw it at you. This method of thinking is what contributes to the chaos of Mario Kart's gameplay, and it's exactly what we're going to attempt to exploit. Think about it this way. If everyone is trying to throw items at each other, then what should we do? We need to be as far away as possible from everybody. If everyone is trying to throw items at the people in front of them, then whenever there is a large cluster of racers, there will be a large quantity of items as well. Aside from the start of the race, obviously, there is one place where you will always find a lot of racers without fail across all skill levels in every race you play. The item blocks, but more specifically, the double item blocks. These double item blocks are a trap. Stay away from them. I know the prospect of having 2 items seems very promising, especially when you're in these middling places. You're likely to get some mushrooms and some other decent items, but I'm telling you, stay away from them, bro. These double blocks attract all the racers into one spot, making you and everyone else an easy target for any mega mushrooms, stars, and my personal least favorite item in the game, the boomerang. This boomerang is actually what even inspired me to make this video in the first place, and I found it much easier to avoid when I position myself far away from the pack. Go for the single item blocks and just keep it humble. You'll still probably get at least 1 decent item, and you will be away from all the craziness that is these races. Now, aside from item block sections, there's lots of other places that are traps to lure you into the clutches of dangerous items. But before we get into that, a little word from our sponsor. This channel is now sponsored by G Fuel. Since 2012, G Fuel has been committed to revolutionizing the energy drink game with the healthiest, best performing energy formula on the market. They've got literally tons of different flavors, with many of them being collabs with some of your favorite games and animes as well. Furthermore, G Fuel just redid their website and is complete with an all new sleek look, improved speed, and better quality of life. You can use the link in the description or my code IGREG for 20% off on the entire site. Give the revamped website a look and secure yourself some G Fuel today. Alright, so let's talk about places that you do not want to be ever in this game. Firstly, don't do your turns too tight. Keep them nice and wide when around other racers. Red shell tracking will get messed up and you'll be mostly out of view from everyone's bloodthirsty items. Secondly, stay away from the trail of coins from the golden shell. This is easily the second biggest trap. You are literally putting yourself in the center of the track and making it extremely obvious as to where you're going to go. Just get the coins you can find alongside the track or in coin blocks or the ones that drop from other races getting hit. And even then, I still would stay away from those coins. In Mario Kart 8, it was a lot easier to collect coins and reach max speed, but with the max amount of coins being doubled to 20 coins, and with all the items getting thrown around in this game constantly, 20 coins is more of a luxury than a necessity. People are very rarely hitting 20 coins, I promise, even with the insane amount of coins that constantly get spat onto the track at any given moment. One of the biggest criticisms that people have for this game is how some of the harder rail-based sections are substantially slower than racing normally. However, in my opinion, these rail sections aren't for moving faster. They're for getting away from the pack, and oftentimes, getting away from the pack is faster. On screen, I've got a couple of routes that I take personally. There's more likely many more that I haven't found yet, but these have been working for me and helping me out personally, so I suggest at least giving them a try. With all that being said, I hope this video helps and you're able to win more races in Mario Kart World. Keep in mind, luck is still a great factor in who comes out on top, but if you keep these strategies in mind and take them into your races, you will see at least a marginal improvement in your standings. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.